I grew up in like a really, really dysfunctional family, and my parents being divorced whenever I was 5, and just being like in an abusive environment, physically and verbally abusive. I never really felt that I had any self-worth. I always felt like I was kind of unloved. I was extremely overweight and very depressed, and I just had a lot of anxiety. I was bullied at school, and whenever I came home, I was abused. So I just feel like I would hide a lot of the time. Hiding is not wanting people to know the real you. The things that you've done, or the bad choices that you've made, like, they will not love you if they did know. I felt like that a lot growing up. Like I would be put on this happy face, but then I would go home and I would cut myself. I was in a really, really bad place whenever I first came to Amplify, because I was starting to realize over that year before I came to Amplify, I was starting to wake up to my life, and I was starting to realize the mistakes that I've made and the people that I hurt, and not thinking about myself, and just really doing whatever I want without thinking of the consequences. We would go to meditation centers, and we even went to like a Buddhist Zen center, and just trying different things where I would feel comfortable. And Paul tried to be as flexible as possible, but it just never really hit home with us. The first day that I walked into Amplify on January 17th, we're just kind of searching, and we found what we were looking for. Because as soon as we walked in, it was like we were home all of a sudden, and we were just welcomed by everybody. It was just an incredible experience. Jason asked us to raise our hand, and if we needed to accept Jesus into our life and start a relationship with him. I could feel my heart pounding, and I knew, because I was so broken down in that moment, and I knew that this is exactly what I needed to get myself out of where I was and into someplace new. Paul always says to this day that it was a miracle that happened in my heart that day, and I do believe that. I knew that I was loved no matter what I did. I could be loved because I felt it. I felt it in the room that day. I felt it from everybody in church. The air was just thick with God. And for some reason, I just knew that this is real. I knew that I could be loved. I knew that I could be forgiven. So my relationship with God has been life-changing in so many different ways. For one, just being with God every day and praying, and just sharing my struggles with him, and not focusing on myself, not being all tied up in my own little Vanessa world. It's gotten me through a lot of really tough moments this year as I continue to face my past, and I continue to face different challenges. And I don't know if I would have gotten through it if I didn't have God there with me. I don't have anything to hide anymore, and I don't have shame about my past anymore. And so I can just relentlessly pursue whatever God put in my heart, and not have any worry about how other people are going to view me, or whether or not they'll love me, because it doesn't matter, because God loves me.